Hi everyone, I'm Dottie Stitching Scotty and welcome to Flosstube number 120. Today is March the 25th, 2023 and I'm outside on my porch and it's such a beautiful day here in upstate South Carolina that I thought I would share that with some of y'all. And couldn't get the dogs to come up here. They're gonna be barking in the background, so there's Winston, yeah. But anyway, and the birds. I would like to welcome y'all. I have Start-itis week. Yeah. So I'm going to be enabling people. I have a featured designer. I have some FFOs, a finish. It's a new start and a finish. And I wanted to get it FFO'd, but after finishing the two things I did, it was like no more. So we just didn't do that. Then we also have the giveaway winners from last week where I had the 1,200 subscribers. Oh, and most importantly, I forgot to thank everybody for stopping by to view my video. Thank you so much. I hope you come back and spend some time with me again. And if you've been spending time with me for a while, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it. And I really appreciate all those kind comments that I've been getting. And I just really thank you all for that. Thank you so much. Oh, there's Striker right there. Okay. And the reason my name is Stitching Scotty is because I have two Scottish Terriers. He's a red Wheaton and then the other one is a black one. And we probably won't see him. He's camera shy. That would be Winston. Okay, we're going to start out today with a finally finished object or fully finished object. And this is from Tiny Modernist. It's Mouse's Lucky Day. And this is my finish. It's on a board that I got at Hobby Lobby that said like rabbits and cottontails or something like that. It said something about candy and jelly beans down here. And I painted it a green with acrylic paint, 2 coats. And it had a bow like this on here, and I got the bow off and the wind blew it away, and then it rained on it and I couldn't find it. So it was like, oh well. But anyway, I just made another bow, and it already had this jute cord here, and it did have a jute bow, and I tied one on just as much like it as I could. And then this is on, oops, it's crooked. Excuse me. This is on, yeah, oh, there's a string on it. Drat. It was a piece of fabric I had in my stash, and it's Lugana probably, some kind of even weave. But what I did was I mounted it on a green fat quarter and put some rickrack there that I got. I think I picked the rickrack up at Hobby Lobby. And I got this board at Hobby Lobby, and this is the number on the board. And what I did was I'm going to change them out because there's a lot of miles, and so you can kind of see it says Cottontail Candy Shop. Yeah, that's what it says. And so I painted over that and then put this on there, and I just put a washer on the back. And I used Eileen's clear glue because my Michael's was out of the quick dry glue, and you can just take this and remove this every month and put a different mouse. And you know, they have a lot of different mice, and I thought, these are cute, I may do this. And these will probably go in my kitchen. This is 28 count even weave, and I used all the call for colors and most of them were DMC. All right, so that's it for that. I enjoyed doing that, and that's probably about the second Tiny Modernist pattern I've ever done, and I really like their patterns. I mean, they're so cute and whimsical. Then the next one, this was a carryover from last year. And it was something that was like, I am going to finish this. Now, I love these little patterns. I think they're very cute. But after a while, it's like I can only stitch so much white or on so much black. I have to usually stitch on the black, you know, during the day, but I can stitch at night. And this is called Lucky Day. And this is by Stitching with the Housewives. All right, they do have some cute patterns, and I got the PDF. And it uses classic Colorworks. And I had all the cups stitched last year, and then this year I stitched the shamrocks and the little flowers and the little truck. Isn't that cute? And I put white rickrack around it, which I got from Fat Quarter Shop, and it's Lori Holt, and it was on the big tall spool. And I found this bow. It came, this ribbon came on something I got, and I twiddled with it a little bit, made it smaller, and put it on here. Sorry about the barking. Oh, there goes Winston. You did get to see him. And here are the fire trucks. And I also, I got this little board from my friend Dolores. She brought me a whole bunch of these from, I guess, somewhere in her travels, probably Charleston, you know, the low country. But anyway, I just glued this little bow on here. I was going to put a magnet on there, but with a washer, but I didn't have any small washers, so I was like, yeah. So that's something to put on my list, so I can always rip it off, you know, and put something else on. But this also comes off, and it's got the magnet and the washer. So, and I just kind of hot glued the magnet and the washer on there. That day, glue was my friend, and then I used the Eileen's clear glue to put the rickrack on, because if you use the hot glue, burns your fingers, even though you use those finger caught things. But this is what I used, and I painted this. It was a baby blue, and I painted it green. So that's that finish. And this is on 32 count black from, I think this is a piece I got from Fat Quarter Shop, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so those were my two fully finished objects. Okay, next I had a new start, because like I said, I had Start-itis. Okay, you know, last week I finished the Biscornu, at least I think it was last week. Well, there was also a little scissor fob here. Oops, hang on, I ought to know better. There was a little scissor fob, and I thought, you know, that little owl is very, very cute to match that. And I thought this would be so cute. So I found a piece of fabric, which was the raw natural linen. And I do apologize for things not being ironed today, but I'm trying to be you know, it's getting late. And I thought if I iron and then do all this stuff, it's gonna be dark. So I wanted to enjoy outside and listen to the birds. And this is my start and my finish on the raw linen, raw natural linen. It's 28 count, and I used 2 strands over 2, just like my other 2 pieces. And I just think this is just so cute. And what I'm going to do is put it on a piece of comic board, or like, well, no, probably not comic board. I'll probably put it on a piece of mat board, and then cover it. Hopefully you'll see this next week, but maybe not. You never can tell, because I have to decide how I want to finish this. And the colors I used were mostly DMC, but I used a couple of Weeks Dye Works in that. So that was fun, and very quick. That was like in an hour or so. So yeah. All right, so I'm freeing up a project bag. Yes. All right, next, what do I have? Okay, we have WIPGO. And I noticed today on my phone that Jessie Marie Does Stuff, who has her own Flosstube, my hair is sticking out, she put out the new numbers. So if you haven't seen them, go see what she picked out. And I'll tell you about those in a minute. But let's talk about March. Okay, this month I had, good grief, Santa's Holiday, okay? And I was supposed to do 1 band, all right? Santa's Holiday book is a Mill Hill book, and it's got lots of bead projects in it. And this is what it looks like. It's a bell pull. And it's divided up into bands, and I considered this one band and this another band, okay? So, we're having a stitch along at Panda's Cross Stitch and Beading, which is my local needlework shop. And this is also on natural raw linen. And oops, let's do, yep. Here we go. Oh crap, I dropped something. Hold that thought. It just slid right out of the bag, which was upside down. That was not good. When you pick up a bag, always make sure you're picking up right side up so nothing falls out. Okay, but this is what I got done so far. I just think that is just so cute, and these beads are very blingy, and it's all beads just about. There might be a few cross stitches, the white, some of them are, but that's it. So next month I'm planning on doing another band, because I want to do a band every month so I can keep up. Goodness, I cannot talk today. So I can keep up with our stitch along. And I'm doing 2 strands over 2, and I also use 2 strands when I put the bead on. Okay. And the beads are Mill Hill beads. So my goal was met for that. So I'm going to take, let me put my picture back in there because I might need that next month. My marker, my highlighter, and Santa's Holiday, I had already marked that off in a previous floss tube. So there's that one. Then the next thing we have is the Teresa Kogut pattern. That's all I had to do on number 22 was stitch on that for 5 days. Now today is only March the 25th, okay? I've stitched on Teresa 2 days. One day went really well and the other day not so much. It's called Pernici Manor is the one I chose, and I got this one at Quilter Station, and that's what it looks like. The pattern has not been, well, I don't know, maybe it has been released. I can't remember. It might have been released just recently. But anyway, yeah, I don't have a lot done. But it's on 40 count. I always forget this. Hold that thought. We're holding a lot of thoughts here today. Okay, it's on 40 count Vintage Country Mocha by Zweigart Fabrics, okay? And we're using DMC and Week Style Works, and I'm using 1 strand over 2 threads. And this is what I've got done so far. I had a really good day, and then I had to pull some out, so yeah. So it doesn't look like I've got much, but this is 2 days work. Got 3 more days to go. So this one's gonna take a while, because it's like 221 stitches by 156, but it's really pretty modeled fabric. Really, really is. And her patterns are always so, so pretty. And you know, once you get started stitching on them, you don't want to stop, but sometimes you gotta. Okay, so that was WIPGO. I've still got 5 days left to do 3 more days. Was it 30 days? No, I've got 6 days left because March has 31 days. So surely out of 6 days, I can stitch on Pernici Manor for 3 more days. Okay? All right. So then next, sorry, I'm trying to put things up as I go because, you know, it's not going to be daylight out here forever. So then, what are we doing for April? Okay, Jessie Marie Does Stuff pulls 2 numbers every month, and we have a bingo board. And you just write what you want to put on here and your goals for whatever. She called out number 5, and it was really weird because I picked it up yesterday. Once a week, I'll go upstairs in my craft room and I'll go, oh, what do I want to stitch this week? And I just randomly pick whatever, you know, because people ask me, how do you pick, you know, what you pick? And I randomly picked StitchCon because I thought, you know, I don't really have very much done, so I need to like get started on it. So this pattern is by Sue Hillis, and look at that one. She's nice enough to autograph it for me. And this one's done on 40 count, and I'm using all DMC fabrics, and it's very wrinkled because it's been wadded up. Yeah, I'm a slob, what can I say? And stuck in a bag. And I've seen everybody that got theirs finished, and I was like, oh, I need to do that. So I use one strand over 2 threads, and this is all I've got. So I got just a little bit of stitching to do. So there's StitchCon. See, I got 310, the cat, and I put my initials on the embroidery hook. And so, because she gave us a graph with an alphabet on the back, so we could put our own initials or whoever's on the embroidery hook. So I've still got Stitch the House, the Stitchy Bus, the Tomato, the Scissors, and the word StitchCon 2022. So it could be worse. So, but this is going to be a finish because I'm going to have this totally finished for StitchCon, and I'm going to take it with me when I go to Weekend B. And I think that's June 11th, June 12th, something like that. Anyway, and of course StitchCon is sold out and it's waitlisted. So hopefully you got in, but if you didn't, you know, don't give up hope because you never know. All right, the next thing, oh my goodness. The next thing that she called out was number 17, okay? And guess what? It's Be Merry from Shepherd's Bush, and it said I was going to have a finish. Okay, the reason I crossed it out is because I have a finish. I had already done this one when I was trying to finish things. This is on 10 count Chula. I used 3 strands of floss over 1, and I sewed the buttons on. Also, they're from Just Another Button Company. And I still haven't decided how I'm going to fully finish this one. So I only have StitchCon to have to work on. So surely I can get that done. Yay. And then I can pick up other things maybe that I want to stitch on. And this is Be Merry. And remember, I was showing that, you know, I put the interfacing on the back of my stitching if I'm thinking about making a pillow. So I must have thought about making a pillow. Not interfacing. Well, fusible interfacing is what I put on there. So anyway, so there's that. Yay! What a good thing. Okay, then next, okay, that's March and that's April. Oh, excuse me. Okay, the next thing I have is a new start, and this is from Country Cottage Needleworks, and this is called Somebody Loves You. Isn't that cute? I just thought that was just precious. And I've had this piece of material like for stinking ever. Well, I say for stinking ever. I've had it a while. It's 32 count water lily, and it's upside down, and it's I'm using DMC flosses, and this is how much I got done. So I got a good bit done, considering I only worked on it maybe a day, or a day and a half maybe. So I'm using 2 strands over 2 on the 32 counts. So that's just so cute. When I get this done, the bunny's eyes and the hearts filled in, I will have it half finished. So there you go. So this is cute. It might accidentally be finished before Easter. So, but I saw that and I was just like, you know, I just want to stitch something with a little bunny rabbit on it, you know. So I thought that was just very, very, very cute. Now, next, I have a stitch, a new stitch, another new start. Oh good, here we go. And it's from a lady that has an Etsy shop that I've had as a featured designer. She is such a sweet, sweet lady, and she watches my Flosstube every week, and she always just about comments. And I told her, I said, I'm going to pick one of your patterns and I'm going to stitch it. And I looked through the ones I'd bought, because I'd bought several, and I thought, you know, I don't have a lot of this season or holiday, so I'm going to stitch this. So what I did was I went through and I finally got it kitted up. It took me a week or two to do that. And this is on Laura's Fabrics, which I have no clue where I got it. It must have been like at Galleria, maybe, I'm thinking. And it's 28 count Lugana banana pie. And the pattern is by Tracy Campbell Designs, and it's Give Thanks with a Grateful Heart. And I thought this was just the most beautiful pattern. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the church and all those fall colors, and look at the patchwork at the bottom. And I like the little birdhouse pumpkin thing. Well, I don't know if that's a birdhouse. It's like a little tree with ornaments with a pumpkin on top. But I thought it was cute. And it says, Give Thanks with a Grateful Heart. Okay, so it's on 28 count, and it's on the banana. I just said it. Banana pie. Who ever heard of banana pie? Well, I'm sure they have it. But anyway, I sat down, and this is what I got started. And I think this is just beautiful. I'm really going to enjoy doing it. I've got the cross on top of the church, and I've done, this is how far the first page goes over, and this is a border, and I just hadn't got to the plaid part of the border. But I'm going to work some on the church and work some on the border and work some on the, you know, I'm just going to do that and just kind of work my way down. But I just think this is just so pretty. And Tracy, if you've not checked out Tracy's patterns, you need to go to Etsy, which I will link below. She has an Etsy shop. She has some beautiful patterns, just beautiful. And you can also refer back to my Flosstube, and I will try to link that below, the number, if I can remember. You know, I'll go back through my notes and see if I can remember when that was. But yeah, she has some beautiful patterns, and her service is great. Her patterns are PDFs and, you know, digital patterns, and she just gives great service, and they're at a good, you know, they're at a good price. So I highly recommend that. Okay, we got to hurry because it's starting to get a little darky here. Okay. All right, the next thing is oh, I just covered up everything. Can you tell I'm disorganized? When has that ever not happened? Okay, the next thing is Teresa Kogut issued for her Patreons, and I think I'm a True Blue Whimsy or something. Anyway, tier 4, whatever that is. And this is the Patreon Mystery Sal number 2, and this is part 1. Now, last week I was saying somebody had already finished part 1. Really? Oh well. Okay, so it's on 40 count. I did not get the call for fabric because by the time I decided I was going to stitch it, it was past the time when it would arrive in a timely manner, so I could start the sale on time. But I did, however, pick out another fabric, which is 40 count Mayflower Mocha by R&R Fabrics. I'm using 1 strand over 2 threads, and I like what I've chosen. I really do. The colors seem to be showing up on it pretty well, and this is what I've got done so far. Yeah, so all right, so that's what I've got done, and it's just basically, it's not modeled, just wrinkled. But this is one of those where it's like, oh, I don't want to put that down. And these green things are trees, and I still need to put some flowers up here on the border. And yeah, I do need to finish these, but I was like, oh, I'm tired of this color, so I'm moving over. Yeah. So, all right, so there's that. And part 2 of the sale will come out the 15th of April. Hopefully I'll have part 1 finished by the 15th of April. One could hope. One could really, really hope. Sorry about the rattling, but usually I have all my stuff pinned on things, ready to go, but today, not so much. I was trying to hurry. Okay, the last work in progress I have that I can show you, because I have one work in progress that I'm not going to show. Just because it's a gift and I don't want that person to see it if they happen to watch, which I doubt, but you never can tell. And then who knows, one of her friends could be watching, or her sister. Ooh, I would be telling, wouldn't I? And they might tell what it is that I'm stitching, and that would not be good, because I want this to be a surprise. But anyway, so there's that one. I will tell you, it is a Stony Creek pattern, and I hadn't stitched a Stony Creek pattern in a while. Oh my goodness, yeah. Okay, but my last WIP, or work in progress, I was going to start March, and I thought, girl, you don't even have February done yet. You don't need to be starting another anything. You've started like 3 or 4 things this week. Plus, you've been working on a quilt. So there you go. So anyway, I'm working on February, a year in the hoop. Nothing like being behind. Better late than never. And this is by Small Town Needleworks. They also have an Etsy shop, and I'll link that below. No, I've not done January either. Yeah. And we're going to skip over March, and I'll start April probably. But anyway, these are so, so cute. The patterns are very clear and easy to read. And yeah. So anyway, I stitched it on black, and I got this black at Fat Quarter Shop, and it's 28 count, and it's an even weave. And this is what I've got done. I thought I was going to get it done today, but I was too busy talking and running around with my friends at Stitch Club, and I did not do that. But isn't that cute? This is what sold me on the year in the hoop, was the February. Just too cute. 2 strands over 2, and DMC, so that's good. And speaking of DMC, be sure and get your DMC, because I've heard several people say, and I told y'all this last week, DMC is going up, so considerably. So you want to make sure you get your DMC. Stock up while you can. All right. Okay, let's see. All right. Ooh, we're starting to get dark. We got to hurry. Okay. The next thing I want to do is I want to tell you about the, yeah, wait a minute. Okay, I want to tell about my featured designer, and I'm going to have to put a light on, sorry, because can you tell it's getting dark? Oh, yeah, I look bleached out now. Oh my goodness, do I look pale? Goodness gracious. Okay. Anyway, nothing like being chalky looking. Okay, this one is by Cross Stitch Joe. Now, just because this is her first release and her first pattern on Etsy, don't give up on her. She's going to have a lot more. But this was such a beautiful pattern. I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to share this. And it's called Count It All Joy. And it's a little mattress finish. And it's she calls it a small sampler vintage pin cushion. And this is it. Isn't that just gorgeous? So, rush right over, check the link below, and go buy this pattern from Cross Stitch Joe. She's a sweet lady, sweet lady. And she watches my videos too. Thank you, Joe. Okay. All right, now, the next thing is going to be, well, shoot. Okay. Oh, and there's another way you can do it. You can frame it also, and it'll look like that. Ooh, maybe this light was not a good idea. Okay. I now know why it was not going to what I wanted it to go to. Okay, let's talk free pattern. Oh, this is a tacky picture. Okay, I'm going to insert, well, let me see. Okay, this is Twin Peak Primitives free pattern, and the reason it's free is because it's going to be retired April the 2nd. So if you don't get this pattern before April the 2nd and download it, it will not be released again that I know of. And it's called Old Archery Close, and you need to go, and I'll link their Etsy shop below or their website below, and you can pick it up there. But you have to go through the checkout, but it doesn't charge you anything. So be sure and check that one out, okay? All right, then the next one I want to show, Melissa from Pinkernpunkin once again has come through, and she's celebrating the first day of spring with a new stitch, and her newest freebie is called Spring, and she finished it on a silver tray, and she's got this on her blog, and it's just the cutest little thing. It says Spring, and it's got the little bunny, and I'm sorry about the picture, but that is just the best I can do there. Okay, and I will also link that below. So Twin Peak and Pinkernpunkin. Okay, and that's Pinkernpunkin Quilting. So make sure you get that, because if you don't do that, you probably won't get her. Then also, Shannon Christine has a Facebook group, okay? And her Facebook group, she has released a thing she calls Easter Wreath 1. And I thought this was just the cutest little bunny. So I will link her Facebook group below so you can download. Oh, what a terrible picture. So you can download, not their picture, my picture. And so you can download that pattern. Okay. All right, and then the next thing, okay, I would like to announce the winners of the giveaway. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, first we had, oh my goodness, I used the random comment picker and on YouTube. And the Quirky Quaker sample that Nebby Needle was nice enough to donate when I was at Galleria, this one goes to Nancy Call. And so that's, congratulations, Nancy. Okay. All right. If you'll email me your address to my email, which I will link below, I will get this in the mail to you as soon as possible next week. Then the next thing was the word, you had to say the word Quaker and answer the question. The next person that won the Star Spangled Duo, also by the Nebby Needle. This is Liberty Star Spangled Duo. It's got the Biscornu and the Liberty pillow. And believe it or not, I couldn't believe it. Cross Stitch Joe, congratulations. And I'm going to show you the random comment picture. Oh goodness, the random comment picker picked your name. And she was my featured designer. And I didn't even know that when I did the thing. I just laughed when I saw that. I was like, oh my goodness, look at that, small world. And last but not least, I had 2 small kits from Carolyn's Meadow. This will probably be my picture. It's nice and cheesy. But anyway, we had the, this is Serendipity Designs cornflower and pheasant's eye, okay? And this goes to Robin Fierce. Yeah, and she lives pretty close to me. We used to bowl together. So look, congratulations, Robin. So be sure, congratulations to all three of y'all. Be sure and email me at stitchingscotty@gmail.com, and I will get this in the mail as soon as possible, okay? Congratulations. And then I got some happy mail. And you know, I announced I was, I was expecting a granddaughter. Oh, which I am. But my youngest daughter is expecting a baby girl. And I got this beautiful card. And I know I'm going to misspell or mispronounce your name. But it was a postcard, and it came from the Netherlands. I love getting mail from the Netherlands and everywhere. Oh my God, well, from anywhere. But I mean, how many times do you get mail from the Netherlands? But she congratulated me on the new grandbaby. And Mickey, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to cherish this. This is so, so sweet. And I might, if you don't mind, I might give this to my daughter to put in the baby book. That is, if they do baby books anymore. Everything may be digital now. Who knows? All right. And the only haul I'm going to show today is from Grace Notes Fabrics. And if you have not, I'm in their Fabric of the Month Club. And if you have not seen or gotten your fabric, don't look, okay? I'll tell you goodbye, have a nice day, and blah, blah, you know, all that. Okay, first, and please come back. Okay, first, she sent me this cute little sticker that fell out when I picked it up. It says Pure Honey. And they always do that for that Book of Days. And this is called Mint Chocolate Chip. And it's, I'm in the 32 count group. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's kind of greener than it's showing. There we go. It's about like that, kind of a greeny brown. I'm going to enjoy that. So, yeah. So I'm excited about that. And let's see. Oh, there's one more thing I want to tell you. Oops, I shouldn't have told everybody bye. The last thing I want to tell you about is I don't know who has or has not seen on Facebook, you know, the pattern Introverted. Well, Silver Creek Samplers published that pattern, and everybody liked it so much they're like, oh, make a t-shirt, because she had a t-shirt on. So she has that on her website, and I will link that below for the Introverted t-shirt, where you can go and order your own Introverted t-shirt. And what it is you only talk to people about cross stitch. So I thought that was cute. So be sure and hop on over to Silver Creek Samplers and pick you up a cross stitch t-shirt, because you need to have one. All right, and I think I told you everything I need to tell you. Oh, there's two things though. Okay, just for those of you that like stitch-alongs or sals, I would like to mention my friend Ray Niles from Red Barn Samplers. You know, she put out the sampler called Anne McDonald 1887. Me and a couple of friends are going to do a stitch along. We're going to host it, and I hope we're going to start in April. So this will give you time to get your pattern and your threads and your fabric organized, so we can start this. And I'm going to say we're going to start it probably, let's see, I would say April 1st, but I want to give you a little bit more time. Let's say we'll start this April the 15th. And, you know, on tax day. So, it'll be something good that'll come out of the day. And so, anyway, I'd like to invite you to join. You can stitch any Ray Niles sampler if you want to, but I would specifically like for everyone to stitch the Anne McDonald sampler, because it came out, you know, just recently. And Ray has some beautiful, beautiful samplers. So, and they're all reproductions. But that was my favorite. And several other friends of mine. And I also want to announce that Kim, Contented Needleworker, She and several other ladies, and I'm planning on joining in on this one, and that's one reason I didn't want to start it on April 1st. Annie B's Folk Art has the red pairs, and they're going, or you know, she just did the blue pairs too. Whether you've got the blue pairs or the red pairs, they're going to do the a sale for that, and I will have the hashtag for that and for next week. So be sure and get all your materials together, and I will see you guys next week. And just remember, stitch all the things. Until next week, bye-bye, and thank you.